What's going on, guys? Bet you weren't expecting this. What's going on? My name's FearedAngel. We're back with more World of Warcraft. If you don't know, I've done 2 World of Warcraft walkthroughs, 1 to 100. Actually, one of them is only 1 to 90 as I'm recording this, but eventually I'm going to do 90 to 100 on the Rogue. But yeah, I've done a Horde and Alliance walkthrough, 1 to 100. And now we're back for a third one. However, this one is different. If you've noticed from the title of the video, there's something called Iron Man. If you are kind of new to WoW or don't really pay attention to much WoW stuff, basically the Iron Man challenge is the challenge. That's exactly what it says. It's a World of Warcraft challenge. This is the only way I'd be able to ever do a third one. I know a lot of people request me do a third one, and this is really the only like reason I could give myself to do a third one, because I've played this game so much. I've done everything you could possibly do on it, and I just, you know, I'm out of stuff to do in the game. And anyways, yeah, so we're doing the Iron Man challenge. If you don't know what the Iron Man challenge is, let me bring up the rules for you right here. There's a total of 15 rules. The link for the challenge will be in the description. You actually link your character and stuff later. You can, like, whenever you hit level 10, you can actually link your character, and you'll be on their leaderboard and stuff. So we're gonna go as far as we can with the challenge and see how we do. I've always wanted to do it, and this gives me an excuse to actually do it. So the first rule is, do not die. This is the most important rule of the challenge. Break this rule and your character will get moved to the Honored Dead section. So yes, this is the Iron Man challenge. Basically, you can't die. You have to go 1 to 100 without dying, but there's more rules that make it even more ridiculous. So yeah, you can't die. If you die, it's over. So as soon as we die, it's game over, and that'll be the end of it. I'm not gonna like continue on with the character or anything. I'm just gonna, that's gonna be it. If we do get to 100, that'll be great, and then we can continue the Iron Man challenge when the next expansion comes out or whatever, and that'll be pretty sweet. Rule number 2 is no potions or flasks used. We also check for health stones used if you are not a warlock. Break this rule and your character is red flagged. No elixirs. So if you are new, basically there's potions, flasks, and elixirs. They're little potions you can take to get buffs or health back or mana, or they give you like pretty crazy buffs. You can't use any of those, and you can't use health stones from a warlock if you're not a warlock. So if you are a warlock, you can use them. If you aren't, you cannot use a health stone. So there we go. Rule number 3, your killing blow total kills percentage must be 50% or higher. Break this rule and your character is yellow flagged. So this basically means you have to pretty much kill most of your stuff. So you can't, like, if you were doing this challenge, you couldn't invite a friend to, like, kill stuff for you to level up. You couldn't do that. So basically, you can't, you pretty much have to level up yourself, pretty much. So, you can't have a friend help you or whatever. Rule number 4, cannot join a party, raid, or group with the intent of getting help to further yourself in the challenge. So basically, you can't join a party, raid, or group, if you're gonna, so if somebody invites you and then they want to quest with you, or if you want them to run through your dungeon, or anything like that, you can't do that. Like, if somebody wants to invite you to a group to, like, I don't know, let's say, I can't even think of a reason, but basically, if they have any intent of killing things for you, or questing with you, or helping you anyway, that's a no-no. And then rule number 5, no vanilla, Burning Crusade, or Cataclysm dungeons or raids completed. Break this rule and your character is red flagged. No Wrath or Pandaria dungeons or raid bosses killed. No battlegrounds or arenas. And I assume they mean no Draenor dungeons as well. Basically, you cannot queue up for any dungeons, you cannot go into any dungeons, you cannot go into any battlegrounds or arenas. So, if you want to learn more about World of Warcraft or anything, or see the dungeons, or see what else all the game has to offer, I recommend you go to the other 2 walkthroughs, because this is more of a challenge. Do not watch this if you're looking for, like, how the game's like if you were gonna buy the game right now, if this is what you were looking for to buy the game, this walkthrough right here, do not watch this, because if you were going into the game thinking this is how you play it, you are wrong. This is a challenge, and this is not how the game is meant to be played. That is all. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the next set of rules. I hope you guys can see this. Number 6, cannot be a member of a guild that is higher than level 1. Break this rule and your character is red flag. So basically, don't even join a guild, because all the guilds are going to be higher than level 1. It's going to be almost impossible to find a guild that isn't level 1 or hot at this point. So yeah, basically just don't even join a guild, because you get bonuses from guilds. Number 7, no primary professions allowed. Break this rule and your character is red flag. No secondary professions allowed except first aid. Break this rule and your character is red flag. So no professions, no secondary professions except first aid. So you can only have first aid as profession. So that's pretty straightforward. If you don't know what professions are, bleh, look it up. Number 8. No talents, specs, or glyphs allowed. Break this rule and your character is red flag. Skills you have from your class, like Warlock's Hellstone or Death Knight's Weapon Enchants, are allowed, since these are available to your class without having to pick a talent, spec, or glyph. So yeah, the whole... If you don't know anything about MMOs or RPGs in general, you know whenever you level up, you get talent. You get talent points. Yeah, you can't have that in this. You cannot choose a talent, a specialization, or you can't have glyphs. Glyphs are basically things that they help your class moves. They give you extra bonuses. And specializations, there's 3 per class. They each do different things. They're based around different things, and they have different play styles. And talents are your, like, some of the talents have some of your best moves. Like they're game changing. So you can't have any of those. So it's like, what? What rule were we on? Yeah, number 9. No more than 9 pet battles. If you have the cat fight achievement, your character will be yellow flagged. Now, please note this rule only applies if you earn the achievement after March 5th, 2013. So, you can only do 9 pet battles, but I recommend you probably shouldn't even do any of them. I would imagine probably should just say screw it and no. Just no. Just say basically no pet battles. Number 10, no gear higher than white quality. Break this rule and your character is red flagged. So that means basically it goes gray, white. I think gray's in this. Yeah, it goes gray. Like, say if you were playing what's a game that people would play that have like loot quality? I can't think of one. But basically, the higher the color on the scale that I'm about to give you, the better. Pretty much, it's the best you can get. So it's going to start from crappy to best. So gray, white, green, blue, purple, and then orange, right? I don't think I missed any, right? Orange. Yeah. I think that's all of them. I think. I feel like I'm missing one, but I don't think I am. So yeah. You can only have white. So you can only use gray and white items, and those things are pieces of crap. You don't get any stats from them. And basically your character is going to be squishy, 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 one-shotted, squishy, squishy. No enchantments on your gear. DK Rune Empowerment is an exception as a class skill. Break this rule and your character is red flagged. So no enchantments. Enchantments are basically little scrolls you put on your weapon, and they do like extra damage. If you ever played Skyrim, you know what enchantments are. Shirts are allowed. Shirts are basically just an item. It doesn't give you anything. It's just sort of there. It doesn't do anything. It's just for looks. So, those are allowed. Tabards are allowed as long as they do not provide a boost gain skill that your character normally wouldn't have. So, tabards are another thing you just use for style, basically. But there's 3 they're listed there that give you they actually give you boosts. The Ardent Crusader tabard, the Paradin's Warden's tabard, and the Hellscream's Reach tabard. You cannot use those 3 tabards. Every other tabard and shirt is fine. Alright, on to the last set of rules. And that would be number 11. Cannot boost your character. We do not check for this as boosting a character will result in failing other rules. So, if you don't know, in World of Warcraft, you can boost your character to 90 with, like, you can spend $60 and boost your character instantly to level 90. Can't do that, obviously. You're not even doing the challenge at that point. Number 12, no food or other external buffs are allowed. Class abilities, racials, and personal buffs are okay. So yeah, you can't eat food, and you can't have any buffs from other players. So basically, if you get buffed, if you run through, like, let's say Goldshire or something, and you get buffed, you're gonna have to take it off. I don't know if, like, what if you forget about it? I'm not sure about that rule. Because, like, what if you run through a town and don't even notice you get buffed, and it goes? I don't know how that one would work. The food thing I understand, because that can give you buffs, so you can't eat any food. No refer a friend or other XP boosting activities, gear or buffs. So you can't have heirlooms, you cannot go to the Dark Moon Ferry, you cannot have the Garrison Potion whenever you reach 92, and you can't use a recruit a friend. So basically, heirlooms, obviously those are better than whites and grays. Those are like a brownish color. I usually don't count those as one because I don't know where they'd exit. I guess they'd be like above blue, maybe even purple. Actually, no, because purple usually is better than an heirloom. So I guess I'd rate it like between blue and purple. It's like a brownish bronze color. You don't have to worry about heirlooms though. If you're new. Number 14, no combat or leveling guide add-ons. We'll be honest here, we can't track this, so this one is on you. This is a personality add-ons. If you want to use them, that's your decision. So basically, you can't have like a guide on the side that's just like quest here, quest there, quest here now, go there, blah 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 blah. So you can't have like any of that. Number 15, the heirloom mount should not be used until before level 20, since your character wouldn't normally have access to writing if they are a brand new character on a new Battle.net account. Again, we can't track this, so this one is on you. So, in Draenor, they added something called an heirloom mount that you can use at level 1 if you have like a shit ton of heirlooms. I have it, so basically I can't use it until level 20, like when you normally would be able to use it. Now, if this is all the rules they have listed here, but usually there's another one that says that you can't be sent gold from yourself or like a friend. So I'm actually going to start on a completely different server. That is all the rules they have listed here. Usually there's another one where you can't have gold sent to you, you can't use the auction house or something like that. And you have to make your own gold. It's something like that. So this is not actually my main server. This is actually Sargeras. This is actually my second server that I usually play on. I'll put my webcam over there. So yeah, this is usually my second server I play on. As you can see, this is pretty much my twinking server. If you don't know what twink is, don't Google that because that's actually a porn saying as well. But yeah, it's basically you get the best possible. You stop your XP and get the best possible gear. I'm not really going to show off my characters. I usually play on 3 different realms: Argent Dawn, Sargeras, and Darkspear. Those are the 3. My main one is Argent Dawn. As you can see here, we have like every class maxed, pretty much. Blah. Who cares about that? And Darkspear here, we got 2 more 90s, a 65. Blah. Do I actually have something on Kill Jaden? Actually, I have a 38. What number here? I have a 68 there. What about here? Okay. So, to make sure I don't send myself gold or get gold from anybody else, I'm going to choose a completely random server, the lowest possible amount of players. We're obviously not going to do PvP. If we wanted to go true hardcore Iron Man mode, we'd go on a PvP server, but seeing as how that would count as a death, being instantly killed by anybody on the opposite faction, let's not do that. So I'm going to choose the lowest populated server I could possibly find that isn't PvP. Now that says they're all medium, so the lowest possible one is actually mine. It's actually my main one. So let's not go there, and let's not go to Agramar. Actually, I guess it doesn't even have to really be. Let's just go to a server that I never hear. I never see Bronzebeard. I never see Karen. I've never seen a lot of these. What's one that I don't really see many people on? I'm trying to think. Spine Breaker, but that's PvP. We need to switch these types. There we go. There we go. There's actually no low servers right now. Usually there's some low servers. Holy crap. There's actually no low servers. I think it's because they've merged. Servers merged. Shadow Council. Sentinels. Far Striders. I've never seen Sentinels. I've never seen Shadow Council either. Blackwater Raiders? Okay, I've never seen that one. I'm going with that one. So there we go. Character creation. Again, I'm not going to show off any of this because this is not to be watched by new player. Well, I mean, unless you want to see it. I mean, if you're looking for something cool to do on World of Warcraft for your first time, I guess this is something to do, but you can look at all this yourself. So, let's go through the classes really quick. I think I'm going to go Horde. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go Horde. I don't know. We'll see at the end, though. So let's go through the classes and see which ones would be terrible for this. Warrior would be terrible. Terrible. No healing, no self-healing. You could go prot, but with grays and whites, you'd just be getting instant killed, and you wouldn't be doing any damage. And melee classes are pretty much a no-go for this. Pretty much a no-go. Paladin, which you can't see, might be, like, out of a couple of the melee classes, that might be a good one to go with, but I don't think I'm going to go melee. Like, any of the melee ones are going to be a no-go. Paladin, their survivability is pretty good. It probably has one of the better survivabilities, but again, melee. Again. So, yeah. And they don't really do much damage. A hunter is probably the go-to for this challenge because you have the pet, and the pet will carry you to victory on this, I bet. Will carry you to victory. Rogue would be probably the worst one to go with, honestly. If anybody can actually do this, go to 100 as a rogue with this Iron Man challenge. Freaking hats off to you, man, because that would be the worst possible one to go with. Priest would actually be decent. This is a range class, and that shield, as much as it wouldn't be that powerful because you wouldn't have any stats, it'd be something. And it's healing. Shaman would probably be garbage. Absolute garbage, but I have no idea. I really can't say with Shaman. Yeah, I don't think... Without stats, enhancements garbage. Elemental, you can't really move and cast at the same time, and you wouldn't be doing any damage again. Mage would be absolutely terrible to do. I don't know, maybe you can do, like, a lot of... I don't know, maybe you can, like... freeze. Go Frost and freeze them. Frost is about the only spec in Mage that would actually be able to do this somewhat. Because, yeah. I need to move my mic. You guys are hearing my fan, I think. So yeah, if you're going to go Mage, Frost, you'd have to go Frost, and Mage is just so squishy. Warlock would probably be another go-to choice because you can have your Void Walker later on, and its survivability is pretty dang sick later on. Monk would probably be a good... If you were going to go melee, Monk would be a good one. They can get away very easily. However, their survivability has been nerfed a lot while you're leveling, at least. Whenever you're max level, it's a lot better, but starting out... Ugh. Druid would be a good one because Boomkin you can just run and cast. That's pretty easy, but they are squishy. Cat... I'm not sure if Cat would actually be that good. I don't think Kitty would be that good. And everything else would suck. Death Knight, I'm not going to choose Death Knight because it starts at 55. And we don't want to start at 55. We want to start at 1. So sorry, Death Knight. However, Death Knight, if you go Blood, might be pretty good. However, you'd have to get those Mastery for Heart Strike. Or not, or sorry, not, yeah, Heart Strike, right? I don't remember. But until then, and that's like 80, it wouldn't really be that good. So I think we're going to go Hunter. I was thinking about Hunter or Warlock. But I'm gonna go Hunter because Hunter, I'm telling you, the pet will carry us to victory. So now it's what race do we want? We gotta think of their passives. I don't really think their passives are really gonna matter that much, but like the undead, they didn't allow me to use food, but I could eat. If I killed a human, I could cannibalize it and eat its flesh and regain some stuff, which might be pretty sick. Tauren, you'd get the extra little bitty health, and you get that stun. That might be a good one. Troll, I don't really think Troll would be all that good, but you do get increased killing or increased experience. But that's about it. Blood Elf really probably wouldn't be that good at all. Goblin might be good with its launch forward. But that's about it. Pandarin really wouldn't be that good. Human, no. Dwarf might be okay. Night Elf, not really. No, they can't even be a hunter anyway. Never mind. Draenei, they do get a heal. They get a class heal. However, I hate their starting area, so no. Worgen. They do have that dash, but... And you get the mount, so I wouldn't actually have to get gold for the mount. So... But their starting area, you can actually die there pretty easily. Especially whenever you have no gear like me. So it's between Draenei or a Tauren, but I think I'm gonna go Tauren. Now that heal, I keep thinking about that heal, man. That heal from that Draenei could be really good, but I think I'm gonna stick with the stun. So we're gonna go Tauren. Just go ahead and randomize. Yeah, he looks pretty mean. Rawr. So we're gonna call it. Let's call him Iron Man. That's gonna be taken. I'd actually be surprised if that wasn't taken. Iron Man Chow. Okay, let's see. Iron Man Chow. Let's just call it Iron Man Chow. I know, bland, blah, blah, blah. We're not here for the name, damn it. We're here for the character. Alright, so next video, we're going to actually start on the challenge. Peace out.